Imagine you could only marry within your race. Then this would mean that you couldn't marry anyone who wasn't the same ethnicity as you. Um, then there wouldn't be a Kim and Kanye. If you come to think about it, is anyone solely one race anymore? Interracial marriage has been a prominent issue throughout history, and it is still a controversial issue today. Due to my parents being an interracial couple, I've come to see the progress that it has made and also the research that I've done. Um, Learning about the history of interracial marriage will help show you the progress that it has made from being illegal to being more accepted today. First, I will tell you a little about the history of interracial marriage. Then I will tell you how it became legal, and finally where it stands today. It was illegal for a long time because many people believe that it was wrong, but it mostly focused on Caucasian and African Americans not getting married. It came to the point where anyone who helped them get married would go to prison, even a minister. In Greg O'Leary's 2012 article, Social Conservatives Impeding Progress in 1776, he says that many people, well, mostly whites, believe that interracial marriage was wrong because they wanted to conserve the purity of the races. And they also believe that anyone who dated outside of their race or married outside of their race did it because they didn't value themselves. And in Tom Head's 2014 article, Interracial Marriage Laws, he talks about how although interracial marriage was illegal, interracial sex was not because it went against the 14th Amendment. Although it was looked down on, people still tried to do it and date. Now that I have discussed the background, I will tell you how it was legalized. Due to the risks that people took in order to be in these relationships, the push to legalize it was stronger. The Lovings were an interracial couple from Virginia who went against the state of Virginia in a court case. In 1995, Peter Wallenstein wrote The Right to Marry, Loving versus Virginia, in which he talked about that banning interracial marriage was also against the 14th Amendment, so in 1967, it was legalized. Although it was legalized, some states like Alabama found a way to go around it, so it wasn't actually legalized until 2000. It took many years and even public figures in order for this not to be seen out of the norm. After it became legal, it started to become more common to see interracial couples. Interracial marriage today is more accepted by society. Some people are still opposed to it, which comes with dirty looks or unnecessary comments, and in some cases even rejection from friends and family. This may seem harsh, but there are also advantages to interracial marriage, like learning about other cultures. If you marry someone who isn't from your same culture, you have the opportunity to learn what they do rather than just your own culture. And you become more patient and tolerant with others because of the judgment that you get. And since interracial marriage was legalized, it has paved the way for other couples to not feel rejected, and well, since there's more couples, they're able to relate to them. Now that you have a better understanding on why it was not accepted and where it stands today in America, you'll see the progress that it has made since it was first legalized. First, I talked about the history of interracial marriage. and then how it was legalized and where it stands today. It went from being arrested for pursuing such a love to now being able to marry outside of one's own race.